How's it going, guys? Look at this. I love days like today. One, because I'm able to show you a brand new stencil design. You know, I know it's hot as blue blazes right now. I don't know about y'all. I should pop on here and say, hey, I'm curious. What is the temperature in your neck of the woods today? I think it feels like 110 to 115 here, so it's kind of hot. So I am really looking forward to fall. Who has ever turned on their air conditioner in September just so they could have a fire and it'd be pretty? So I should pop on here and say, hey, tell me where you're tuning in from, and guess what? We love giving away things. So as you pop on here, we're going to be giving away the stencil. And so all you have to do is share this video, tag 3 friends, your name goes into the drawing, and then that way in, let me say, probably by Thursday or Friday of this week, or Saturday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, we'll announce the winner on this Facebook group, so that way you'll know if you won, and then I'm going to pay to send it to you. So we're just so excited that you've tuned in, and I'm excited to be able to show you what we're going to be able to make with this stencil. Now look at this. This is a really large stencil, and I wanted you to be able to see horizontally. Why? Because look, it has all these different fruits that you can switch out into the wreath. So this is perfect for signs, large platters. If you're like me, I love going to the farmer's market, and I love having little canvas tote bags to be able to put my fruit and vegetables in. This would be adorable. Thinking about gifts, how great it would be as a gift. So I want to show you what I've done, and I'm going to walk you through and actually show you how to create this. Are you ready? Look at this. Look at this. Is this not the most adorable, yummy fall sign? Now, here's the fun thing too. I love doing something on my door that I can change out with seasons. And so this would also be an adorable sign for your door. You can get round disc at a lot of different craft stores. You could paint it, I'm getting ready to show you, and then do it like this and be able to have it and do some greenery or some dried moss, some dried hydrangea around on your wreath. It would look absolutely darling. But look at this, look at the detail. If you wonder why the stencils here at a maker studio are so great, it's because you can get this kind of detail on it that looks absolutely amazing. All right, so I want to walk you through the process how you can create this at home. It's so much fun, and I think you're going to love it. All right, so as you go to different craft stores, and y'all know me, I love, matter of fact, I just literally went thrifting today. You can go to a lot of thrift stores and find frames like this. So the back of this is actually from Woodpile. There's a lot of different companies that you can get them from, but I like buying existing frames or pictures and painting over them. So this could actually have just maybe a not very desirable picture on it, and you're going to paint directly on top of it. So I'm going to be working with our Amy Howard at Home One Step. The One Step is a chalk based paint. It's going to be really important when you are going to be creating boards like this. You want to make sure that you're working with a chalk based paint and not an oil base, and really not an acrylic, because I don't want an acrylic sheen to this. Part of the beauty of this and working with the chalk art is making sure that it is this just a really pretty flat matte finish. Now, if you want the edge to stay stained, then you can probably just go in and tape it off. If you're pretty good about cutting in, you can do that too. But basically, I'm just going to come in. I'm working with a synthetic brush, and I'm going to lay in my black One Step over everything. Now, I will tell you, if you've not worked with this before, it is water-based, and it dries very quickly. So you're going to have this dry in about 30 minutes. But now let me tell you this. One thing I do want you to do is do not, caveat, I just need y'all to hear me. When you are getting ready to actually do your art with your chalk art, please make sure that the paint has dried overnight. It just works better with the stencil as well as the chalk art if you let it dry overnight. So I'm just gonna cut this in, but you get the idea of where I'm going with this. Just, I want you to be able to paint your entire board, your sign, your disc, whatever it is that you're gonna be using in its entirety. Allow it to dry about 30 minutes and then put on a second coat. So when you're finished, it's easy cleanup because look, it's water. I'm just gonna pop my brush in water and I can clean it out because it's a water-based product. It's easy to clean off your hands. A lot of people don't know, but the One-Step paint does not have any VOCs, and it's easy and clean, and I love using it. You can use it on children's furniture, picture frames, the whole 9 yards. It's fantastic. So now let me grab this. So here's my board that has 2 coats of the One-Step on it. Now, I want to be able to show you again. Let's look at first. This is what we're going to be creating. Are y'all not like in love with this? So, hey, as you pop on here, tell me where you're tuning in from. My name is Amy Howard, and I am the Mother Maker here at a maker studio. And I love showing you how to create, absolutely gorgeous, very high-end looking projects that you can do in your own home. I think this is very, very high end. I could totally see this in a high-end decor shop. So now I want to be able to, if you've not worked with our chalk art before, I want to be able to lay out some of the colors that we're going to be doing and how they're different and how they look different. So I'm going to open these up. This one is called Hey Good Lookin'. Yes, I named these and I had the best time doing it. All right, so this is the green right here on our, you could say some of these are pear or an avocado. So I want part to me of making this look really fallish is being able to see the variety of it. So this one is orange, Aren't You Cute? So that's our Aren't You Cute. Then you'll notice how we've mixed in another green. Now this is our Together Forever. This is one of my favorite greens. And look how they've played off of one another so beautifully. So we've come in here, we've got our darker chocolate on this one, which is Slow as Molasses. I've incorporated that also with Heart of Gold. Then coming up here, this is actually a real mustardy yellow that I love and I think it's perfect for fall, is You Are My Sunshine. And then I'm gonna add in just a little pop of this pink on top of the kiwi, which this green is also a duplication that I've got over here. And then I love how we've incorporated just a little bit of this pink here, which is called Pretty as a Picture. And then last but definitely not least, our Love Bug. You wanna make sure as we're getting ready to go into the holidays, these 2 are perfect for Christmas. Perfect, perfect. But don't you love this color palette for fall? It's absolutely yummy. Yum, yum, yum. All right, so I'm gonna take these off and set them up here as I'm working on them. Guys, as you pop on here, tell me hey, tell me where you're tuning in from. And I am gonna be giving away our brand new stencil that we're introducing today. I think this is just such a classic piece. I think you can use it on a lot of different things. I don't know about y'all, but I love vintage looking fruits and vegetables. I think they're just very much on trend. And I'm cutting that apart. And all of these, I mean, like I could totally, couldn't you see this? I would actually use this cut lemon and etch glasses. If you've ever done our etching, you can go to some of my videos. I would totally etch this on some glasses. This would be fantastic on some little dessert plates. There's so much you can do with this, but part of the reason we did it this way is we wanted to be able to incorporate and mix up a lot of the fruits and veggies on here. So I'm gonna lay this centered onto my board. Now remember, again, if you're just now popping on, say, hey, we're gonna be giving away the stencil, so I would love for you to be able to just tell us where you're tuning in from. I was asking what the temperature is today because I'm curious what it is in your neck of the woods. Now, I'm gonna lift this up. One thing, if you're not familiar with our stencils, you can reposition these. So I'm gonna just pull the edge of this up just a little bit. They are adhesive. Please make sure that you let your black one step that we painted this with dry overnight. It's just gonna work better when you start putting the chalk art on it. And I just wanna make sure that this is nice and centered. All right, I'm feeling much better about that. So it has the adhesion on the back of it, but I can lift it up and I can reposition it. So now I'm going to be working with a spreader. We also have our foam. They're a synthetic material. They're great to work with if you're going to be working with our ink and our chalk art a lot. But I'm going to clip this with my scissors. So I've got a couple to be able to work with. So now, we're doing a lot of blending today. We're gonna come in, and it's okay if some of the color fuses into another area because you're like, Amy, how am I gonna get that? So let me just show you real quick. So I'm gonna take my green, and I'm gonna work on what I'm kind of deeming as my avocado. I'm gonna try to stay on the edge like this and work my way around. Let's come up into the stem just a little. But now I'm going to show you a little trick that I want you to be sure and do. When you're working with chalk art, you have to work fairly quickly for a couple of reasons. Now let me show you. I'm going to go in and grab my darker green. This is the great Christmas color too. And I'm going to come in here. You can even come in and create shadows if you want to. But now what I'm going to do, about enough time has gone by, and I'm going to need to come in and start lifting up my stencil. So now let me show you. Isn't that beautiful? Now, see how a little bit will come over on that? I actually like that shadowing. It's perfectly all right. But as I am working on it, I'm going to lift it up like this. And I'll lay the color back down, but I don't want my chalk art to dry in the stencil and not go down into my, my board. All right, so now I'm gonna go on, while I've got my green, and I'm gonna lay down some more of my leaves, because you see it's really hot in my studio today, and I'm having to be really careful about what I'm doing and how quick, because as I lay this down, I need to lift it up. So I'm gonna do just a little bit more. I'm holding this at a 45-degree angle. And I am pressing it through the mesh. All right, so now I'm gonna come into this peach right here, and I'm gonna be working with this yummy, I absolutely adore this color. I'm gonna go in and cut some more. Now, I will tell you, as you're working on the chalk art, make sure that as you're working on it, that you don't leave your chalk art open. I'm gonna blend that into my green just a little bit. Now I'm going to go in and lift this up. All right, so I'm going to go down into this area in here. I'm going to come in with my lighter brown. And again, I'm not really worried when I'm working. The cool thing is, if you've ever worked with the chalk art before, it's very forgiving. You can just take a little bit of water and wipe it off. The other thing, if you find a really great frame like this that you love, now when you get through with it, I think you're going to be really proud and you're not going to want to mess it up. But it does allow you to be able to wipe it off and then create something for another holiday. I'm going to come right in here on the side of this. Part of what I wanted you to be able to see is the fun of mixing and the detail. Truly, this becomes like a piece of art. Don't you love it? So now let's come into the center. I don't know about y'all, but I love the idea of creating this for a tote bag to take to the farmer's market. I love that idea. All right, just a couple more, and then I'm gonna take you to the next thing. So we've got this darling little apple right here. I'm gonna come in with some of my red. And if you really want to have a lot more fun, then you could come back in with maybe some black or some green to add to the stem. But again, when I'm working fast like this, I want to make sure that I push it through. And then as I am working on it, before I get too far, I can't work on the whole thing without lifting it up and making sure that my chalk art has gone all the way through. All right, so now I'm going to use my Bauhaus Buff mixed with my Monogram stencil. Now, these are fantastic. If you don't have one of our alphabet stencils, this is one of my favorites because the letters are so large. It really allows you to be able to customize everything. You could, again, you could etch glasses and do the letters on them. You could etch dessert plates. You can do platters. You can spell things as signs. I just love, if I'm going to do this for somebody, or I want to be able to have it on my front door or even a tote bag. So listen to this. Those of you that do things on, you sell things on Etsy, or you do crafts fairs and you like making things and customizing them, you could always get a lot more money for them if they're monogrammed or if they're customized for that person. So my suggestion would be create this sign if you want to be able to have this in a tote bag or on a sign like this that I love. Then that way you can have them choose it and say, look, I'll customize it for you. Walk around and I'll make sure that it's permanent. So I just cut out the letter from my Monogram stencil. And I'm gonna load up this foam dome brush. And basically it's a process to where I go up and down. I really want you to have a piece, like a piece of Tupperware or whatever beside you, that after you're working with the one step, this is gonna be permanent. After you work with the one step on your stencil, you want to be able to just lift it up and be able to go over and put it directly into your Tupperware container. Now, I've got just a little bit on here, and I can wipe this off before it actually dries. If I need to, I can come back and just kind of touch it up. But is this not the cutest? I am absolutely in love with this sign. I think it is absolutely very chic, perfect for fall. It is a great color combination. I think it would look great on a gallery wall. I think it would be great on a round. You can get those round circles, put a cute little ribbon on it, be able to hang it on your front door, be able to come in. I'm gonna add some dried hydrangea and maybe a little bit of moss. I think it's gonna be absolutely darling. So go to the link below. You need this new stencil. I am so excited to see the projects that you guys are gonna do with this, because look at the detail. It is absolutely precious. They're vintage fruits and vegetables that are going to be perfect for fall. You can start doing them now and be able to make something to be able to go to the farmer's market to get our fruits and vegetables on the weekend. So I hope you love it as much as we do. Share this video, tag 3 friends, your name will go in for a drawing, and we'll be giving this stencil away to the lucky winner, all because you shared this video. Have a great day, everybody. Mwah! Love you guys.